An Untold Story for the 250th American Anniversary, How an Immigrant's Daughter Forged a Path for Houston Art. By David Contreras. As the United States approaches its 250th anniversary, and as we reflect on the deep cultural roots celebrated during Hispanic Heritage Month, we are called to look beyond the generalities of history, to find the untold stories of individuals who truly define the American spirit. The true editorial of our nation is written in the lives of those who arrived with a trait and a vision, refusing to be diminished by the barriers of their time. In Houston, that story began with the rhythmic strike of a blacksmith's hammer, but it found its most eloquent expression through the stroke of a paintbrush. In 1906, my grandfather, a Mexican immigrant, arrived in Houston. At the site where the downtown aquarium now stands, he operated a blacksmith shop at the corner of Cushman and Artesian that served as a neighborhood hangout and helped forge the city's literal infrastructure. He viewed his life as an editorial on the values of hard work, citizenship, and education. He built the foundation, but it was his daughter, Theonis Contreras, who provided the soul. Born on April 6, 1913, in Houston, Texas, Theonis was the second of 9 children. Growing up in Houston's 6th Ward, her early creative expressions were musical. She attended the Conservatory of Music and participated in numerous piano recitals throughout the 1920s and 1930s alongside her siblings, Adela and Nick. She attended Dow Middle School and graduated from Sam Houston High School in 1931. Armed with a fierce determination and raw talent, she transitioned from the piano keys to the canvas immediately after graduation, becoming a student of Emma Richardson Cherry. Excellence in the inner circle. To understand the magnitude of Theonis's success, one must look at the company she kept. She did not just study art, she was the protege of Emma Richardson Cherry. Cherry was a titan of the American art world, an artist of national prominence, and widely recognized as one of the first women to work as a professional artist in Houston. More importantly, she was the guiding force behind the creation of the Public School Art League in 1900, which evolved into the Houston Art League, and successfully worked to establish the Museum of Fine Arts, Houston, MFAH, in 1924. For Theonis to be welcomed into Cherry's inner circle was a testament to a level of talent that transcended the rigid social and racial barriers of the 1930s. A legacy of firsts. In an era when the cards were stacked heavily against her, Theonis responded with undeniable mastery. Her career was a series of historic breakthroughs. The only one, according to the Biographical Dictionary. Texas painters, sculptors, and graphic artists, Theonis stands as an incredibly rare documented Latina artist from Houston, active before 1942. The MFAH breakthrough. She achieved a monumental milestone when her work was juried and exhibited at the MFAH, the very institution her mentor had helped found. Her acclaimed painting, The Opera Singer, proudly hung in the galleries of the Museum of Fine Arts. Defining the city's identity in 1934, Cherry was chosen by the Federal Public Works Administration (PWA) to paint murals in public buildings. Theonis served as her professional partner, assisting her teacher in painting the landmark murals at the Julia Idison Houston Public Library. Lending her brush specifically to the intricate flowers decorating the historic Texas Room, her hands helped define the visual identity of Texas at a time when she was often excluded from the very rooms she was decorating. Recognition across generations. The deep respect Theonis commanded from the art establishment was immortalized in a magnificent 1937 portrait painted of her by Emma Richardson Cherry. Formally titled Theonis Contreras at Vespers, the canvas misspelled our surname on the back, yet captured our essence with flawless accuracy. Rich with Catholic iconography, the canvas depicts a young Theonis holding a rosary against a muted church backdrop, illuminated by stained glass windows while a soft halo circles her head. It was a profound tribute from a mentor who famously painted people exactly as she saw their inner spirit, capturing the essence of a woman whose family knew that you could never leave her house on State Street until she blessed you. Throughout her life, Theonis fiercely maintained that the portrait belonged with her and was meant to remain a part of her family legacy. To those of us who knew her, however, she was far more than an acclaimed name in a gallery directory. She was a wonderful, deeply caring aunt. I vividly remember when she took me from her house in the 6th Ward on the Nickel bus to the downtown Majestic Theater in 1959 to see Cinderella, and then to Woolworth's to grab a sandwich, a cherished memory of her warmth and grace that I will take to my grave. Even in her twilight years, as she faced the advanced stages of Alzheimer's disease, her identity as an artist and her connection to that painting remained a core anchor of her consciousness up until her passing on January 17, 2004. The enduring power of her recognition was reaffirmed when the portrait was loaned for major museum exhibitions, including a definitive retrospective of Cherry's work curated by the Heritage Society. For decades, the historic portrait resided in a permanent place of honor at Houston Christian University, formerly Houston Baptist University, where it had been safely preserved since 1960. However, like the winding path of an elusive legacy, the exact whereabouts of the painting are unknown today. Yet, whether hanging in a public gallery or existing in the quiet memories of history, it remains a lasting monument to a foundational Texas artist. Theonis's life is the ultimate extension of my grandfather's editorial. He provided the iron resolve, she provided the artistic vision. Her story serves as a reminder that the American dream is not just about the opportunity to labor, but the right to achieve excellence and be recognized for it both in one's own time and for decades to come. About the author, David Contreras is a community historian and retired bank executive with 45 years of experience in bank operations and technology. He currently serves as the chair of the Harris County Hispanic Cultural Heritage Commission and the chair of LEAP Latino Educational and Archival Programs. A founding member of ALMA and past national LULAC historian, he is the grandson of Florencio Contreras and the nephew of Theonis Contreras.